Poker Face has become one of my favorite things, like favorite pieces of media in the last like decade. Not that Poker Face, the show, it's been like, right now we're in season 2 of the show, my wife and and I don't know, it's just like nice and refreshing. It's fun. It's not even different. Actually, I was about to say it's different, but yet it is actually, in fact, not different. If you've seen like Columbo back in the day, it's pretty much that. It's not a who did it where you're trying to figure out who did it in the show. Actually, yesterday's episode, kind of you were trying to figure that out, but generally, you know who did it, and you're just going along with the main character figuring out, or you see who's done it, you see who did it. Main character did not see who did it, and you're going along with her as she's figuring out who did it. Again, similar to Columbo back in the day. So it's not even like it's new in that sense, but it's new and different in the sense that it's not like a lot of other shows we're getting right now. The tone of the show, the cinematicness of the show, even though it's just a TV show, like it seems like a movie every time you're watching it. It's great. It's great. Season 2's rolling. I don't even know if all the episodes are out yet, because we watch it kind of like randomly. But if you haven't watched Poker Face, I encourage you, please watch Poker Face. But here's the crazy part about this whole thing. The whole thing. I routinely forget it's Rian Johnson's show. Last Jedi, Rian Johnson. Last Jedi, Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson, who single-handedly, I'm not going to say destroy the Star Wars fan base, but like really pushed it over the edge. Like the fan base was already driving erratically down the road in the dark corners of the internet. And they pulled off at a bar after hours. And Rian Johnson just went outside and cut the brake lines. So when they got back in the car, driving radically, you know how that story ends. That's the same Rian Johnson. And it is wild to me. It is absolutely wild to me that it's the same person. Rian Johnson, who did, what was it, Glass Onion, Knives Out, whatever the new one is coming out. Rian Johnson, who was involved in Looper. You know? Like, there's so many good things that he's put out. But then you have Last Jedi in there. Like, of all the things to mess up, it's the Star Wars property. And if I was Rian Johnson after Last Jedi, I don't know if I would have continued on. I feel like, you know, what are the things that they tell you in media, and they tell you when you watch, you know, you watch podcasts where like two rich people talking to each other and two celebrities talking to each other. They're like, do you read the comments? No, I don't read the comments. That's stupid. Oh, I read every single comment. Oh, you shouldn't read the comment. Like, I would read all the comments. There's no way I could ever get to a point in my life where I'm putting out anything for the media, for the masses to view, and I would not look to see what the reactions were. So if I was him, I would have stopped. But it turns out he's kind of winning. The man is kind of winning. And we've heard murmurs of him coming back to do more Star Wars, but I don't think we want that. I don't think any of us want that. But it makes you, it really, yeah, it makes you think. It makes you think, like, if you succumb to people telling you shouldn't do something, that you suck at it, that this is not your thing, maybe you should just ignore it. Maybe you should just leave it alone. But at the same time, maybe you actually do suck at it, but it's just time to modify it. Maybe it's time to just shift the lane, shift the topic, shift the media format, shift the medium. You know, you could be an absolute terrible physical photographer, like physical like film photographer. Why is that film? Physical film photographer. Oh, yeah, I guess a roll of film. Like you could be the worst photographer ever on film and then quit. But then pick up a digital camera and now you're freaking a Peter McKinnon. That is very well possible. That is very well possible. So, similar in name to the other day in the video I made, I think that it is important to listen to the haters. I think that, this wasn't even intentional to connect those two dots, but I think it's actually important to listen to the haters. And when you're getting negative feedback, I think it's important to kind of see it, but it's up to you to determine what you do with it. And if you are truly passionate about something, you are truly passionate about content or whatever it is you're doing, passionate about working on cars, I don't know, like whatever it is you're passionate about, if you suck at it, you sometimes have to admit you suck at it. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything in that realm anymore. It doesn't mean you should just give up altogether doing stuff in that field. Maybe it just means you got to pull a poker face and just shift the direction. So, highly recommend Poker Face, Peacock, Season 2, out now. I'm not paid or sponsored by them. Well, that would be nice. It's so funny. I don't even know the main character's name. I am so bad at names. My wife yells at me all the time. Not yells, but like, she'll say a name about a show we're watching, and I'm like, who's that? And she's like, are you not paying attention? And names just don't stick with me. They don't. But I'll remember scenarios and stuff like that. So, last night I was on Dave's Dimension. I was on Dave Dimension's live stream talking about Ghostbusters Day. So check that out. Tomorrow, Thursday night, Hey Archer Live. We're also talking about Ghostbusters Day, and I'm going to have some special guests, a couple first timers on the show. So make sure you stop by for that. And of course, I will have a nice cup of Joe with you guys tomorrow morning. I forgot to water the plants.